Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. And this is the Christmas video of the build that I did for my mother and father-in-law, the two builds I did. Love getting stuff done. For my father-in-law is a Marine and was in Vietnam and worked on the A4. And then learning a new technique of building the lighthouse. I was a little cussy with this sometimes, and then I was in awe of it because it's the first time I've ever done something like this, and I learned a lot with it. So I will carry it on because I do want to do something again like this, maybe more of a castle. But yay! So I will be getting this uploaded. It is Christmas Eve, so I want to make sure you guys get this, and like I promised. Oh, also, yes, I will be getting back onto the refit, but I have my first commission build I'm doing. And I've already talked to the owner, and they agreed that I could do, they agreed to let me do a build video. So I'm going to be doing that. And I need to get this done. I'm still waiting on a couple pieces, but I can get started on it and before I can get back onto the Enterprise. And trust me, she's over there waiting for me. She just keeps beckoning me. But if you are new to my channel, please click on the subscribe button. Click on the little bell to know every time I do upload a video. So with that, I want to wish you all... Oh, one thing before I do that. This video is cut in two parts. I'm going to go on the A4 first with a little bit of the lighthouse, and then I'll finish up with the lighthouse. So understand it's going to be because I did the A4 and then the lighthouse. With that, guys, I wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you on the bench. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the bench. And this is a special build that I'm doing aside from another builds. I bought this A4. This is an A4M Skyhawk. It's a United States Marine Corps attacker. I got it because my father-in-law is a Vietnam veteran, and he's a Marine, and he worked on these. He repaired these. He got these ready to go. So like I said, I got this kit a couple of years ago, and I was trying to do it because I was trying to find trying to get the same markings on the plane that he worked on, the team. But yeah, alas, I couldn't find it. So I'm still going to build it and for him because it's going to be a Christmas present, and so I want to get this taken care of. So that's what this is, my father-in-law's Christmas present build video. So we'll get to it. So one of the first things I'm going to do, I've got the cockpit pieces already put together and they're getting primered and drying, but I need to take care of that seam that forms on these canopies when they get done. So I'm gonna, so yeah, I get to go play with my Novus and my T.B.I clear part fixers. So I will share that when I get this done. But yeah, this is the first thing I want to get done and get taken care of so I can get it in a little bag and not lose parts. Because actually, like I said, I had to, because I wanted to start this years ago. I started pre-building, and then stuff happened. Like I said, I was trying to find the decals and this, that, and everything else, and it got put back in the box. But the problem is I had different parts everywhere. So I just spent the better part of the morning after I got the turkey going trying to find everything, and I did. Thank you. So I'm gonna get this squared away and I'll show you when I get it done. Alright, and sorry guys, the seam is gone. Yes, so now I'm just gonna remask it, mask the canopy, so I can do the painting on the framework. So I'll come back when I get more done. Good morning everyone, and it is after Thanksgiving, and so I did get some more done. I did what I ended up doing. Like I said, I puttied the lines, seam lines, and got them sanded, and then I painted the primer, because the primer can help me identify areas I still need to work on, like right here, and a little bit here, and then right here. Other than that, it came out pretty darn good. I mean, I still got some touch-ups, and I need to sand down on these external fuel tanks to get dropped. But hey, So the next step is I'm going to go ahead and touch up the sanding and then start working on the primary paint for the plane. And I've also got the other pieces, the landing gear doors, the fuel line, the guns, everything's primered up that I need to use on this kit to make it complete. So with that, guys, I will share when I have more done. Well, good day. It is Monday the 7th of December, two or three weeks before Christmas, on this solemn day. And I started work on this. This is the lighthouse I'm going to be doing, and let me grab here. So if you guys do decide to get this kit, first off, that's the instructions. It doesn't really go into great detail. It gives you the measurements, but a lot of it you got to find out. And then there are things I'm going to show you real quick, but they only give you little pieces of cardboard you're supposed to use for inside of it, and then on the bottom. But they do give you a nice particle board that I cut down to the shape of this. And then I went to Hobby Lobby and I actually got these blocks. Sorry, I can't think of the measurements right off on them now, but something to help hold all this. This is ceramic. I know it's not very heavy or dense, but it will as I keep going up, so I want to make sure there's a good base in between. And also, all you're supposed to do is just put the cardboard on, it'll hold up, and then you just keep stacking so there's no support, even though it's hollow in the center and the support's out here. Yeah, I'm doing a BTM scale modeling, and I'm just gonna tweak it up a little bit. So I've already got my hole drilled out because I am gonna light this. And then I went and also at Hobby Lobby I got this board. It's I'm right. It's 3/4 by 36 inches. So these are 3/4 inch blocks. I got this because, like I said, all you were going to have was cardboard with nothing. So I cut them down. So I'm going to place the cardboard on it, but I want to have some more basis there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these around so it gives a little bit for these stones and the building to sit on. Also, they don't tell you anything how to take care of some of the gaps in the brick. So I'm trying, and I do like it. I've got some white tulips looking. Yeah, there's little holes. I'll go ahead and fix those. But I think that's going to look really good for what I'm doing. I might leave some of the holes, but yeah, that helped take a lot of it out. So yeah, I'm going to have to fix up some of those holes a little bit, but I think it's going to look good. And because I'm trying to make this lighthouse in its era before, it's been refurbished and all that. I think they had more of a white plaster bind look for these than they had gray, so I'm going to go with that. But that's what I'm doing. So I got to get these guys in. Then I got to put this next level of stone on right here. And I'm going to sand it down so it has that nice round texture, and you're supposed to, is what the instructions is. But I'm going to leave it out just a little bit so I can get that nice sand. So I'm going to keep working on this, guys, and I'll share with you everything I get done. And yes, the A4 is getting worked on. I've got stuff ready to keep going on that, but because I've never built this kind of a model before, I want to spend a little time finessing with it and getting used to it. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Well, good morning, and it is the 9th, and the days are winding down. I got to get quick. So I will show you the lighthouse later, but after I had to go run some errands and visit my psychologist and all that, I got work started back on the A4. So I've already got the primary color, and I used sky gray. I appreciated it. You guys know me, I appreciate. And then I did the bottom in flat white. So the masking you see here is I got to do red on the intakes, red here, and red under here, and then I got to paint these white, and then these under here red, this red, and the inside of these red. And if you guys know anything about red paint, it seems to go everywhere. Kind of like black, white, sometimes, I don't know, but me and red have a bane. Me and red are enemies sometimes on things, because I just want to do a little bit, and it just wants to go everywhere. So I'm going to get these done, and then keep moving. Oh, I did go ahead and get all the landing gear and all the stuff for the underneath I had to paint white. And I did a full white coat, and then I'm going to go back in and hand brush the black on the tires. It's going to be easiest than me trying to mask it up, and then I'm going to add some effects to the landing gear, because the painting instructions, everything is just straight up white. So I know it needs a little work. So that's what I'm going to work on, guys. So I'm going to go play with some red paint. Okay, guys, forgive the ventilation fan going, but getting some little bit of priming done. So got all the paint that I want to do right now. I mean, still got touch-ups to do, but got the main paint on. So I am getting ready to do the gloss coat so I can get the decals on. And the drop tanks, I mean, I got to get the decals done on this, because there's decals on everything, on the landing gears, everything. So even on the hook. But like I said, I got everything done and painted, so now I can go and get it glossed and get the decals on and start work on getting this finished up. The plane's not the only thing I'm doing. I'm actually doing a ground crew kit, because like I said, my father-in-law was a aviation mechanic in the Marines. He is a Marine, so yeah, so I'm trying to get close to what it was like for him, and hope I'm going to do it justice for him. So with that, guys, I got to get this over there, get glossed, and when I come back, I'll start showing you what I got going on with the lighthouse. Well, Good Friday, and part one of his Christmas present, my father-in-law's present, is done. The plane is officially, completely done. It took, like I said, when I finally really got going, it took me about a week to do all this, give or take. But thought I'd share that with you guys. Let's see if I can get a little bit closer. And I'll come out so you guys can see more of the detail. I left one of these down because it's going to be on a tarmac, so I want to make it look like it's being, you know, cruiser work on it. I got a little bit of touch up to do, but nothing real crazy. And then the underneath. Let's see if I can do this right, not knock anything off. Zoom out of it there for you guys. So I did some detail into each of the land wheelbays, and yeah, so that's where I'm at on for this, and I'm working on, let me zoom out, I'm working on the ground crew over here, and I'll share that with you as I get it done. My goal is to hopefully get this done this weekend so I can concentrate on the lighthouse. But so there's one A4M done. Oh yeah, here, I did do burnt iron to give it a nice jet exhaust look. Let's see if I can, there we go. And there we go. So with that, guys, I'm going to get back to work. Well, good morning. It is December 14th, and it's a Monday, so I'm getting back to work. But I showed you guys getting the plane all done, and then I really just got furious and got to work. I finished this up over the weekend. I wanted to get it done because the lighthouse is taking a bit, but this is the finished build I'm doing for my father-in-law for his Christmas present. So these parts, the ground crew, I had a Hasegawa ground crew kit that I've had for a few years, and I finally got to use it. So, and then the little extras, but there we go. And then the base I did, trying to get a good representation of the marine colors of the yellow and red, and I went with gold and metallic red. See if I can share that with you guys. So there we go. And I did the rest of the whole base. And one thing I should have showed you guys, and I'm sorry about, but one of the things I did is I drilled a little bit into, let me get some here. Drilled a little bit into the the landing gear wheel, and then I epoxied a piece of brass tube, if I can find it for you, and onto the bottom of the wheels, and then I drilled holes into the base. Got it all figured out, got it, and I as I set the plane in, I did a little bit more epoxy. So now she, she's not gonna go because she won't go anywhere because now it's fixed to the base securely. Was my plan. And those rods in the base keep it more sturdy because if I just would have epoxied the wheels, then jostling around and everything, the weight could have snapped it. So I didn't do that. But let me zoom in, try to give you guys a little bit better picture as I go around. There we go. And I'm gonna have to lift it up, but this way you can get a good representation of the underneath and the ground crew and the pilot climbing up to start his stuff and the ground crew. But yay, this is done, and I got to get the lighthouse done this week because it's pretty much my in-laws are coming next week, so I want to have everything done and ready so I can spend time with them. So I'm going to get back to it, and I'll share with what I've got done on the lighthouse in just a minute. Okay, so I've got the base of the lighthouse, or not the base, but the body of the lighthouse all up and ready to go around bricking. I got the next floor where the tower and everything go, with the light, everything go secured. I added this styrene rod because I'm lighting it, I got to have something for the power lines to go through, but also I epoxied it to this part here and to the bottom on the base on the bottom, so it gives this a little more strength. But yeah, so now the fun part is I get to start making brick and doing stairs and doors and all that, but I'll share that as I get doing more on it. So back to work I go. Okay, so as you can tell, yesterday as everything was drying, I was visiting with another good modeling friend of mine, great guy, and just visiting and on the computer, and I started finishing up the brick. So what I did is I started laying the brick and starting to put the steps in, and I've drilled the holes. And the one thing I got to say about this, guys, I know this is my first one. It may look like, oh my God, what's going on? I understand that. But yes, I will be sanding the walls down. But what I like about it is the bit of the imperfection. I mean, in this day and age, yeah, they can make bricks just perfect, But when this lighthouse was originally built 200-300 years ago, I think, there was perfection, but it also it wasn't metal beams and standardized bricks and stuff. So I like this. So now I'm just going to keep working, and one thing I will share with you guys from my work, I've helped lay bricks and stuff before, but don't just keep going in a ring. You want to, what I did is I built the whole bottom around, and then I started, and then I would just go about this far, and then I start another layer, and then when I got to another higher point, I started filling in that area. So I'm gonna get back to it because I got bricks, and I got some bricklaying to do. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Well, happy Tuesday, and back at getting this lighthouse worked on. And one thing I want to share with you is, you can see where the bulges are, and I'm going to sand those down. But I thought it looks good, and then there's some things that's like really bad. Right here, you can see there's some pretty good I'm going to fill them in. I'm going to sand them down. Because I was thinking, well, you don't really need to sand. It's brick. They didn't do that. But I started actually sanding the bricks, the corners of them, to give them a better shape. And let me see if I can share that with you. Here we go. Because if I would have tried to get it on a circle, I think it would have been way out here or something, and yeah. But I also started doing it here on the body of the lighthouse. And what I mean by getting the corners in, let me show you. You might have to sand the corners, and let me adjust the camera. So you see where I'm putting this one in right here. If I put it flush, you're going to have that big old gap right there. And that's something we don't want. So I'm going to get this sanded down, and I'll show you that, guys, when I get it done. I don't think you'll watch me sand ceramic. Okay, got it down. Let me see if I can get it in zoom there. So I just took, sorry, let me do this. So I just took about a little bit of the corner, tried to sand in a diagonal line, just to help it. And as you can tell, now it still has a little bit of a gap, but it's a lot better, a lot easier to work with than the one I did. And then yes, one of the things also you're going to want to look at is, you know, sometimes you'll do bricks and they're lining up, and we all know they're not supposed to do that, but sometimes it can't be helped. Like right here, I'm not going to put a couple little pieces in and go, but I have done pieces to help. I've cut little small pieces, but so let me show you this, guys, and I'll get back to building this and not bore you with sanding ceramic. One of the things, sanding inside your studio is okay, but if you decide to use like a Dremel or something bigger, I don't know if the ceramic dust is really toxic, but it reminds me of days of when I used to hay and getting all that dirt and dust and everything. So if you use your Dremel, try to sand be aggressive with sanding. Definitely do it where you can get airflow, where it can your exhaust can pull it outside, or if it's warm enough, go outside and do that. Right now I'm basically using my sanding sticks and sanding paper to do that, but here we go. Hopefully today my goal is to get this done. We'll see how that goes. So I'm gonna get back to work. Well, it is Thursday, a little about 11 o'clock. And yes, I finally got the base done. If I can, well, most of the tower done, everything. I still got to do the landing and a couple more rows, and then do the light and everything. But this, as you guys know, I started Monday trying to get this, and I thought I was going to have it done Wednesday at the latest, but man, yeah. But now I'm going to take it outside and give it a decent, good sanding, try to blend what I can in, and make sure everything's good to go. And then, as you can tell, I've already started this, but I still have to do an outline. Let's see if I can show you the brick, and it's going to have one of these, this style, coming out just a little bit, and then I have to do more of the brick on top of that. I have to do 2 rows of that with another same thing, but actually shape block, and then I have to build this up. Then I put this on top of that, and then the things for the lighthouse, which I'm not using the cardboard. I actually went to Home Depot and I got some PVC pipe that I'm going to do to make it look better. And then I'm going to cut this down and then do the angles, and I'll share that with you guys when I get there. But yay! Now I get to go outside where it's cold and sand this thing. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, it is now in the afternoon, got some lunch done, but I did, like I said, get this done, and then wanted to show you, as you can see, a lot of the gaps. I got all the sanding down, and what I'm doing to help fill up a lot of those gaps to give it that kind of brick look, like it's been mortared and stuff, I went and I just used Tulip Slick, and I've wiped it down. Now, the great thing is with this stuff is when I'm ready to go, I'm going to do a light sanding again to take off a lot of that white film. But now I'm getting ready to do the last of the buildup. I'm doing the outer ring, then there's 2 levels of brick here, then this lovely tile, somewhat of a tile, brick tile. Got to put that in there and do different things, and then once I get that done, get all that set, then I got to put on this piece. But I'm a bit there. I'm a bit away from that, but when I start doing that, I'll share with you. Good Friday morning, and yes, still on the lighthouse, guys. Getting done. So what I want to share with you is I went ahead and sanded the body down. I filled it, like I said, with the Tulip Slick. Then I went and sanded it down, and then just to give it a little bit more age and depth, I took T.B.I smoke, and let me find it so I can let you guys know what number it is. It is X19. I took T.B.I smoke, and then I took thinner and I thinned it down and just did basically a wash. So I'm liking how it turns out. It gives it a little age, gives it a little detail, gives it a little distinction. And I know it. I thought I had this thing pretty well leveled, and then I didn't before I added more bricks, I didn't check to make sure that one layer was all the way level. So yeah, I'm happy so far with it. I'm glad it's coming together. So now I'm finishing laying. I got to put the capstones on here and get this finished up. Then we'll go. I'll cut out the wooden platform that stays up there and then start work on the light part of the lighthouse. Like I said, the kit gave you cardboard, and I'm not gonna try to paint cardboard. Two, I think this is gonna give it a little bit better because I'm gonna add panels along these to help give it a little more texture. So that's where I'm at, guys. And like I said, they're gonna be here Tuesday at the earliest, hopefully Tuesday, if not Wednesday. So I have got to get this done. I mean, I still have to finish this, get it on the base, do the landscaping I'm going to do on the base, and get it all set. And like I said, I am going to get this lighted. So yeah, so I'm going to keep hammering on and moving on, and I will come back when I have more to share with you guys. All right, well, the brick construction is done. I went ahead and I cheated. I took my Dremel to help get this a little smoother and leveled out. I should have done that on the bottom, but that's okay. But so now I gotta add my white putty, or my tulip, and then start getting everything else. That's all right. So next thing I'm gonna work on is getting the top deck, so I can get this guy on and start working on building the lighthouse, actual where the light goes, the light housing. So here I go. Well, happy Saturday afternoon, and got the rest of the building done, and then I started working on this. Now I had an effect light, but just kept not wanting to play. But I went ahead and I had a spare, and I used more of a flame, because that's what it was back in the day for this. So there's a flame on there. Now I wanted it to strobe, but that looks pretty cool too. I've got the base epoxied onto the base, or the bottom of the epoxy onto the base. I've gone ahead and did a matte flat coat on all this, matte clear. So next thing I need to do is start working on getting the landscaping done. And I did do a plug and a switch, so she doesn't have to worry about changing any batteries. All she has to, she can leave it unplugged, or she can plug it in and turn it on. But hey, there's that. And let me see if I can zoom in for you guys a little bit so you can actually see. So now I got to finish doing the railing on this, but I want to wait on that until I get the landscaping done, because yeah, you knowing me, I'm gonna get my big hands in the way and tear something up with it. So, but yeah, so there we are, guys. And let me turn this around and zoom out a little bit, and then so very good. So it's on its way. Now hopefully I'll get it done Monday. That's my plan, is to try to have everything done Monday afternoon, because we're supposed to be up Tuesday or Wednesday, but I want to try to have it done. So I'm going to get back to work, guys. Talk to you later. Well, good Sunday, and getting a little more done. Let me zoom out real quick. So I got everything wired up, and like I said, I ran into an issue with the light. So yeah, I don't know, but I got it. Everything's working, everything's wired, and I got the landscaping started and some of the rock that I bought to help give it character. One thing I have to keep invested in sculpt molder, if I think that's it, but to help get the terrain, because I tried something new, and you can see it, and it's more of a plaster, and I really didn't like it. But thank God I had some plaster cloths, or wet cloths that I could do to get a little bit more. So I did that. Got the first set of wiring done, the fencing, and now I'm going to go ahead and probably start working on this, because and then all I got to do is just add stuff to the bottom. So the next time you see this, it should be finished. That's what I'm hoping, but there we go, guys. And I gotta get stuff cleaned up, I know, but there we go. Yeah, let me zoom in a little bit, give you a little bit more. There you go. Get stuff out of the way here. So, there we go. Alright guys, I'll see you when I get this done. Well, good Monday everyone, and welcome back. And the lighthouse is done. I got it finished, and I'm very pleased with that. So, let's do a little bit of zoom here and show you guys. And let me turn it around for you real quick. And here's the back side of it. So yes, I will be posting pictures of day 4 and this at the end of this video. So with that, guys, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'll see you on the bench in January.